Hi, everyone. Today, about a minute on the energy crisis in Cuba. We all know that Hurricane Ian slammed Florida, but before it hit Florida, it slammed Cuba. For several days, Cuba, the entire island was blacked out. Power has been restored in parts of the island, in particular in parts of Havana, but still the entire island of Cuba is in an electricity crisis. For the last 3 nights, there have been street protests in Cuba, anti-government protests in Cuba, and they have been so large that the internet services in Cuba have been cut off by the government as an effort to try and limit the size of the protests. But even if the government tries to limit the size of the protests, the damage has been done, and it has been severe. The damage from the hurricane adds on to the damage that occurred at the port of Matanzas, which was hit by a big fire and explosion in early August. So the island's grid was already weakened before Hurricane Ian, and now the situation is yet worse. What is the result? A lot of out-migration from Cuba. Immigration authorities in the U.S. said that the number of Cubanos who are leaving the island now, or rather this year, is equal to or greater than the Mariel boat lift in 1980 and the Bolsero crisis from 1994. So when you look at what's happening in Cuba, this energy crisis is just the latest example of bad government and a weak grid that reflects a corrupt government. Okay, enough on that. Click the link in my bio. You can learn more about my books. I've written 6 of them. The Power Hungry podcast is great fun. I had Jorge Pinon on recently talking about Cuba. My documentary, Juice How Electricity Explains the World, and then lots of other good energy content. Okay, enough for now. See ya.